gentlemen, we're ready to kick off Sports Sunday, so sit back and relax while public address announcer Tony Giles introduces the starting lineup.
Now, your starting lineup for Sports Sunday. Starting at anchor, a 5'4" Aries from Centerville, Virginia, and a wannabe Wisconsinite. She's a former cross-country star at James Madison University. Put your hands together for Jenn Chapman. Also starting at anchor, a 6-foot Leo from Birmingham, Alabama. He's got a degree in graphic design from ITT Technical Institute. He's a father of 3, B.J. Millican. This is Sports Sunday.
Diving right in on Sports Sunday. See what I did there? Alabama swimming won 7 titles at the SEC Swimming Championships this weekend. Kayla Burchell and Christian Golomev, right?
Golomev
were voted swimmers of the meet. I'm past it. Bama men and women broke 18 school records this weekend. Go them and go us. Back on Sports Sunday. Back in the deep end tonight, I'm B.J. Millican with Jenn Chapman.
Congratulations on baby girl number 3.
Thank you very much.
Well, it was a different kind of race in Daytona. No water involved. Thankfully, it's time to go racing. The Daytona 500 kicked off the NASCAR season today. Jeff Gordon starting from pole in what will be his final Daytona 500, or so he says. Lap 41, trouble as Tony Stewart hits the wall. Trevor Bayne, Matt Kenseth all tied up. Stewart finishes 42nd. Kenseth 35th, 86 laps to go. Dale Earnhardt Jr. makes a move in front of Joey Logano to take the lead. Final lap, Logano in the lead. Gordon gets turned and a multi-car crash. Gordon finishes a disappointing 33rd place. Yellow flag comes out, and with that, Logano at age 24 becomes the second youngest Daytona 500 winner.
Yeah, I think as a kid, any young racer dreams of winning the Daytona 500. You know, it's the biggest race we have all year, and so there's a lot of anxiety, there's a lot of nerves before the race, and you know, to be able to pull that car into victory lane and see my team there and see my family and my friends, like everyone was here, so it couldn't be any better, and just it's an amazing feeling. I can't really put it into words. It's something that just you can't describe.
Here is the top 5. Dale Jr. finished 3rd. Jeff Gordon again in 33rd, despite leading 87 laps in the race. Well, as NASCAR starts their engines, the college basketball season is reaching the checkered flag.
Yeah, and that means Alabama's women's team only has a few more chances to even their overall record before the postseason gets started. The Tide was hosting 14th ranked Mississippi State at Foster in the Power of Pink game. Bama hung tough. Under 2 minutes to play, down just 3, Victoria Vivens of State misses the jumper. But she gets her on board, and the putback stayed up 5. 14-8 for Vivens, but the Tide provided a little drama for Oscar night. Sharon Rivers cuts the lead to 2 with this trade, 9 points for her. They would have the last shot. Carla Middlebrook blocked by Dominique Dillingham. State survives 57-55. Here's a disappointed Christy Curry after the game.
Proud of the fight and the toughness of our kids today. I mean, we just couldn't make enough plays down the stretch, and but the will and the character and the toughness was pretty special today, and just disappointed in the loss for our kids because I thought they laid it all on the floor.
Alabama's men's hoop team was riding a high earlier this week after a win over Auburn. Last night, their luck was reversed against Georgia. WVUA Sports Director Gary Harris has more.
In a season that has produced a number of frustrating losses for Alabama, perhaps none of them more frustrating than Saturday night here at Coleman Coliseum. Alabama, coming off a huge road win last week against Auburn, comes home with a lot of momentum, but the free throw line does Alabama in. Alabama goes only 16 of 31 from the free throw line, including 9 of 22 in the second half in overtime, and winds up dropping one to the Dogs in OT, 66-65. Obviously, Anthony Grant, class act as always, gave credit where credit was due to the Georgia Bulldogs, but clearly he was frustrated by the outcome.
Obviously, tough defeat today. I thought, our guys really battled, and Georgia obviously made the plays to win the game, but I thought our guys, in terms of the things we asked, really did everything that we asked them to do to put themselves in position to win You know, obviously tonight wasn't meant to be. I thought the last play or their last offensive possession, I thought we defended the play well. Give their guy credit. I thought he made a heck of a shot to put him up. You know, it's a tough loss, but at the same time, you know, for our guys, it's I think the character, the grit that they've shown all year, it'll manifest itself.
For us to tie on the glass at the half, to tie on the glass in the second half, both teams really defending, and just a hard-fought SEC basketball game, and we feel we're leaving here with a really good victory because I think Alabama's got a very nice team.
Another home game is on tap this Tuesday evening at 6 o'clock here at Coleman Coliseum as Alabama takes on South Carolina, and the Tide will be looking for a little payback in that one. They lost a heartbreaker earlier this season on the road in Columbia to the Gamecocks. Reporting from Coleman Coliseum, I'm Gary Harris, WVUA Sports.
4 games left for the Tide. They've got South Carolina, Vanderbilt, Ole Miss, and Texas A&M.
Alabama's baseball team went into Sunday hoping to salvage at least one game on the road at number 3 Houston. And 5 doubles, a home run, and 14 hits allowed them to do just that. They knocked off the Cougars 8-3 today. They also claimed the program's 2,500th win. Bama is back home on Tuesday against Savannah State.
Alabama softball finishing up the Easton Bama Bash against Lipscomb today. Top of the third, Chauncey Bell with a solo shot to left center field.
Give it to me,
Alabama
Chauncey.
goes on top, 1-0. And now to the bottom of the inning, Lipscomb's Paige Neely hits it past a diving Demi Turner. Scores Brittany Elmore to tie the game up at 1. In the top of the 5th, Danielle Richard on her senior day hits it to the shortstop, and it bounces off her glove into the outfield, allowing 2 runs to score, putting Alabama up 5-1. The Tide go on to get the win 6-1 and are now 13-3 on the season. The Tide head to Jacksonville State on Wednesday. We still have plenty more ahead on Sports Sunday tonight.
That's right. Next is our Sunday chat. This week we're talking to Chase Goodbread, who's in Indianapolis at the NFL Combine. His thoughts on Amari Cooper, TJ Yeldon, Blake Sims. Stay with us because it's straight ahead.
We're back on Sports Sunday. It was the defensive linemen and linebackers' turn today at the NFL Combine in Indianapolis, and Alabama's Xavier Dixon had a pretty nice showing. He ran a 4.77 40-yard dash on Sunday. Here are some of the other numbers. Dixon definitely improved his stock today. His Bama teammate Trey Dupree didn't take part due to injury. Overall, 11 Alabama players were invited to Indianapolis for the Combine.
That's right, and we're going to bring in someone who was also in Indianapolis. He's the host of Crimson Cover right here on WVUA. He also writes for NFL.com. Chase Goodbread. Chase, now what has been the highlight so far from Alabama's contingent of players in Indianapolis?
Yeah, no doubt Amari Cooper running in the low 4.4s is probably the highlight so far from the Alabama guys. Of course, not everybody's performed just yet. You've got Landon Collins, who's the second best prospect Alabama has, running Monday, so he's yet to go. But you know, Cooper plays a really good 40 time, like a lot of people have expected him to do. And you know, it wasn't the best time by any stretch, but it was plenty good enough to keep his stock right where it is.
Left school a year early. What have scouts thought about him and his performance this week?
I think the scouts like him. You know, they like the fact that you know, he's a complete player. He plays on third down. He can catch the ball. He can block. He can play without the football, which not all backs can. So yeah, I think he's done well here. The concern on him is going to be the medical reports. He's had some nagging injuries, and the NFL clubs are going to dig into that and see if they find anything that they think might be a problem long term or chronic or whatnot. But if he checks out on the medical end of things, then he should be in good shape.
Now, staying on offense, what about Blake Sims? Will he get a shot to make a roster at the quarterback position, do you think?
I think he's going to try to make a roster as a quarterback, and I do think he'll get a shot. I do think he'll end up in a camp. I don't think he's going to get drafted, but you know, it's a little bit like Fowler. You know, if you're Blake Sims, what you got to hope for as much as anything else is that you land with a team that's weak at that number 3 quarterback spot, because You know, there's only so many quarterback jobs in the league, and you know, about 100 of them, and it's a hard club to crack into.
And you mentioned Landon Collins earlier. He works out Monday. Is there anything scouts are looking for tomorrow with Landon to improve his stock?
You know, I think the agility drills and the change of direction drills that Landon Collins will go through tomorrow are going to be really important for him, because everybody, you know, the scouts are well aware that he can play in the box, stop the run, and play downhill on the early downs. But what they wonder about with him is on third down, you know, can he stay with somebody besides a big tight end in man coverage? And so that's what they'll be looking for from him tomorrow, is just how fluid he is with his hips and getting in and out of his breaks and whatnot.
Chase Goodbread joining us on Sports Sunday. Thanks a lot for your time, Chase.
Sounds good, BJ.
Good stuff right there from Chase Goodbread. The Combine wraps up with defensive backs tomorrow.
And we wrap up Sports Sunday next with our favorite things. It's a super feel-good story, so stay with us.
We are back with our favorite things, leaving you with a good feeling heading into the week. And how about this, Jen? Super Bowl hero and West Alabama alum Malcolm Butler back in his hometown of Vicksburg, Mississippi.
Hundreds lined the streets in what locals say was the biggest parade to ever hit the city. The parade was part of Malcolm Butler Week. So good
Look
for
at that.
him.
And you know, this would be cool. I mean, I get kind of pumped up when people from my hometown like recognize me at all. But for this guy, look at this. He got all that stuff.
He got a key to the city. Well
That's big time.
deserved.
I wonder if he can open up any door with that. What do you think?
Probably not, but it'll look nice hanging on his wall.
Good night.